Okay, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, everyone. So today we are going back to TOEIC class, but still we are talking about speaking and still focusing on presentation, which is I believe that it's still important for you, especially for the last semester students, because I do believe that later on when you work, you will be doing presentation, whether it is in English or Indonesia. Jadi walaupun sebenarnya TOEIC nanti tesnya nggak ada speaking gitu ya, tapi saya yakin pasti karena kalian udah di semester akhir gini ya, like I've told you before, kalian pasti akan memerlukan kemampuan untuk presentasi pada saat kalian bekerja nantinya dalam hal apapun itu, whether it is in English or dalam bahasa Indonesia. So this is actually the same way in presenting. Even you are saying in English or in Indonesia. Bahkan dalam bahasa Indonesia sekalipun, cara presentasi juga tetap sama. Yang membuat beda hanya bahasanya saja. Nah, last meeting we have learned how to make a good presentation. Apa saja catatan ketika kita melakukan presentasi, ya. One like an eye contact, and then how we communicate with our body language, how we deliver the message, our volume, rhythm, and the pause, how what kind of language that we use to the audience. We have learned that before, and then we also have start our material to how we start our presentation. Jadi kan kita semuanya udah mulai nih bagaimana caranya di sebelumnya, di video sebelumnya untuk memulai suatu presentasi, especially in English. How you do the greeting. Pertama, kita harus mengucapkan salam. You tell your name, you tell your position, you tell your friend's name, or you tell your friend's position, and then you tell the subject. Setelah sudah salam, kasih tahu, memperkenalkan diri, posisi kita. Lalu kalian jelaskan subjek apa yang mau you explain, you present. Tujuan kalian presentasi itu apa, lalu sudah itu langsung menjelaskan secara outline-nya apa saja yang akan kalian jelaskan. You have to also tell the visuals what you need and what you use, dijelaskan juga nanti selama presentasi menggunakan apa, the length of the presentation, berapa lama kalian akan presentasi, and how you take the question, bagaimana kalian membuka sesi pertanyaan, apakah boleh di tengah-tengah ataukah you just leave it at the end of the presentation, and then how you say hi to your audience, how you say thankful to your audience, and the last is how you start the presentation. When it comes to the main thing, when you start it, nah kita akan memulai di materi hari ini. After you start, you need to start to linking the parts. So what we have to learn today is how we signaling or linking the parts. The first thing is how we use the words in sequencing the ideas. We always use the word first, second, third, then, next, finally. So to make it clear. Jadi selalu gunakan kata seperti ini. Kalau ini adalah ordinal number, ya. The first tingkatan pertama-tama, kedua, ketiga, selanjutnya, next, selanjutnya, finally, itu biasanya digunakan pada saat udah terakhir. Nah, this one is actually a very good words when you are doing the presentation. Jadi, pada saat presentasi, pastikan bahwa kalian mengikuti outline-nya. The first time you say, satu, saya akan menjelaskan A. Oke, sudah selesai bagian satu, you go on. Second, now we are on the second part. Sekarang kita sudah di part yang kedua. Okay, so that will be a very good way when you are doing your presentation. And then setelah the sequencing first, second, third, or fourth, and you can just continue even until 30. Now you are going to ending a section. How we end? Okay, so there are a lot of words in English that you can use. Bisa bilang right, so, well, okay. Atau juga bisa ditutup dengan kalimat yang lebih lengkap. That's all I wanted to say about. I think that covers everything on. I think that deals with. To summarize, akhirnya ketika sudah di bagian kesimpulan, sudah diakhiri, you just can say that. Jadi kasih kalimat di depannya, jangan tiba-tiba teng langsung terima kasih. Kalian aja nggak nyangka terakhirnya udah terima kasih. That's actually show that you are not prepared or you don't know your slide well. Jadi jangan pernah ketika kalian presentasi, kalian tuh tiba-tiba baru sadar, udah makasih ya. Nah, it means that you don't prepare. So when you know that that is the last slide, you need to say the word. Oh, okay. So that's all I wanted to say about. Jangan slide bagian terima kasih udah begini, gitu loh. Okay, you just say to summarize apa? Kasih last statement of your presentation. Okay, and then you comes to the question. Are there any question or comments on that? Would anyone like to ask a question at this point? Now, when this is how you start to let your audience ask you. Jadi jangan lupa juga memberikan kesempatan kepada para audiens untuk bertanya. Now going to opening a new section, kalau udah berakhir satu part and you're going to the next part, bisa bilang kalimat let's now look at. Oke, sekarang lihat ini Bapak Ibu sekalian ya. Now I want to turn to. Sekarang saya akan kembali menuju presentasi terkait ini. Ya. That brings me to the third and final point, which is now the last one you can say exploring a list of the points in relation to, regarding, concerning, with respect to. So you can just say when you want to say more. Jadi kalau mau jelasinnya lebih dalam lagi, itu bisa pakai kalimat ini. In relation to, sehubungan dengan apa yang telah terjadi pada saat ini. Nah, you can say that in your presentation. Ini kalau mau you add ideas, kalau mau nambahin ide di luar dari slide-nya. You just can say in addition to this, and you can say moreover, however, despite this, so therefore. Or if you digress, yeah, you just can say if I could just digress for a second, or I would like to look at. By the way, incidentally, you just can say that. Going back. Tapi kalau misalnya mau balik lagi ke slide sebelumnya, bisa dengan mengatakan let me now return to. Let me now come back to. Atau misalnya mau menjelaskan lagi di tahun-tahun sebelumnya. Let me now return to the 1987. Ya. Nah, this is the presentation tips. Signaling will clarify the structure of your talk. Sekali lagi, kalau kalian kasih penjelasan, kalian signalin dulu, oh ini adalah poin 1. Ini poin 2, ini poin 3. Oke, saya mau balik lagi ke poin 1. Nah, that will be more clear or better presentation. Jangan loncat sana, loncat sini, loncat sana, loncat sini, tapi but you don't explain it. Nah, kenapa dalam presentasi itu harus jelas ketika kalian mau bilang part 1, part 1, part 2, part 2. Di tahun ini kejadian seperti ini. Di tahun ini kejadian seperti ini. You need to make it clarify. And even your slide should support you. Jadi slide-nya pun harus mensupport kalian. Last one, help the audience to understand what you are saying. Jangan mau cepat selesai aja. Tujuan kalian presentasi adalah membuat audiens kalian tuh mengerti. Jadi kalau audiens kalian tidak mengerti, ya buat apa presentasi? Right? And the last one, help to organize your thought as you give the presentation. Jadi ngomongnya itu harus organize. A good presentation is in line with what you really want to explain to the audience. Now, here, after signaling, the other tips is highlighting and emphasizing. Mungkin kalian seringkali mendengar saya untuk meng-highlight suatu kalimat atau menekankan suatu kalimat. Ini akan saya kasih contoh juga, tapi sebelumnya, this is what I do. I want to come back to the first. Saya mau balik dulu ke sini tadi. Like first, second, third, gitu ya. Nah, contohnya seperti apa? I like you to watch this kind of a video in YouTube. So, Steve Jobs is one of the persons who are so great in presenting something. Dia walaupun not here anymore, ya, but he is the best one in presenting his product. Coba kita lihat saat dia ini tahun 2007 ya. So this is 13 years ago. Ini 13 tahun yang lalu. This is how he present an apple to the people. Okay.
Apple has been, well, first of all, one's very fortunate if you get to work on just one.
Okay, can you hear that? He said first of all. Jadi dia mengatakan first of all. Ya, dia mulai sequence presentasinya.
One of these in your career. Apple's been very fortunate. It's been able to introduce a few of these into the world. 1984, we introduced the Macintosh. It didn't just change Apple.
See, the first sequence, he start to say in 1984, okay, he show what happened in 1984. Jadi udah di sequence presentasinya dia. Jadi udah disusunnya. Pertama di tahun 1984, komputernya seperti itu. And then
it changed the whole computer industry. In 2001, we introduced the first iPod. And it didn't just...
Okay.
It didn't...
Okay, you can see here that he always try to make it sequence by sequence. Jadi PowerPoint-nya pun tidak penuh gitu loh, nggak dibuatnya tahun 1982 Apple mengeluarkan ini. No, you just need picture, you just need years, and after that you explain it. Nah, itulah bedanya presentasi yang bagus dengan presentasi yang you know lecture, know it well. Bahkan dosen-dosen pun tahu kalau kalian cuma copy paste for the words. What you need is only picture and words like this. Itu ya. Itu salah satu langkah even for the tips yang these tips ya. Signaling, linking the parts. And the second one is highlighting and emphasizing. Bagaimana ketika kalian presentasi, kalian meng-highlight sesuatu yang sangat penting dan menekankan sesuatu. You know, if you have once meet me in the class, kalau kalian pernah saya ajar di kelas, I really like sometimes to make my voice louder than usual when I find something so exciting, ya kan? Jadi kalau yang pernah saya ajar sebelumnya di kelas, saya biasanya suka tiba-tiba menekankan suatu kalimat atau mengulanginya berkali-kali atau nada saya akan jauh lebih tinggi. If I think that this is very important to you. Ketika ada hal yang sangat penting yang saya tuh mau kalian pahami. Jadi begitu pula when you are doing presentation. When it is very important, nah nih kayak saya yang baru lakukan. Saya akan tekan kalimatnya dengan if it is very important, I will emphasize it. Nah, di sini makanya ada beberapa contohnya ketika kalian mau menekankan sesuatu. Dia bilang gini, ketika mau fokus, I'd like to emphasize, saya ingin menekankan. I'd like to stress, sama. Emphasize dan stress itu menekankan, ya. I should repeat, saya mau ulangi lagi, nih bayangin. Jadi sampai mau bilang saya akan mengulanginya lagi. It is critical or it is essential to understand. Ya, ini sangat penting untuk memahami how to present. Ya, bagi saya itu sangat penting sekali karena kalian itu udah pasti akan melakukan presentasi ke depannya. This is like one of the word. Ada kata what juga. What we can't do is, what I'd like to do is, what we have been able to do is, what is really important is. And after that, if you want to repetition, ketika mau ngulangi lagi, coba nggak masalah. This is a very, very difficult problem. Lihat orang pada saat presentasi kadang-kadang akan mengulangi kalimatnya ketika itu memang sangat-sangat penting. Dia sampai bilang very, very, and very important. So very difficult. We thought for a long, long time about this. We need to do something that we need to do it now. Ya, kalau mau ngulanginnya lagi. Simplifying, kalau mau membuat itu secara lebih sederhana, you just can say, to be honest, frankly speaking, basically, to put it simple, believe me, or you do the analyzing, you just say, let's look at this more closely. What does this mean exactly? In other words, or you're doing your articulation or stressing. Do, does, did, gitu ya. We did achieve many things last year. Biasanya ketika kalian menggunakan kata do, does, did pada suatu kalimat itu, kalian benar-benar, saya tuh benar-benar ngelakuinnya. Misalnya when your boyfriend say, I love you, itu sekedar saya udah cinta. Tapi ketika kalian bilang, I do love you, itu benar-benar saya tuh udah cinta mati banget sama kalian gitu loh. So when you use do, did, does here, it means that you really do it. You really want to do it. Ya. And even sometimes in a presentation you can do a dramatic language. Bahkan bisa juga melakukan bahasa yang terlalu dramatis gitu. Boleh, as long as that's still accepted. Ada kata a total, absolute, complete disaster, a great, outstanding, remarkable success, totally unaccepted, quiet, brilliant gitu ya. Terus juga ada kontras kalau misalnya beda dari apa yang kalian inginkan. Yesterday it was easy. Today is far more difficult. Ya, dia pakai kata yang kontras di sini yesterday and today. Ya. So, for this example, untuk contoh si emphasizing ini, highlighting, I want to show you a video. If you know, every year we have National University Debating Championship. Jadi setiap tahun itu ada lomba debat tingkat nasional ya untuk seluruh mahasiswa di Indonesia di tingkat D3 Politeknik ataupun universitas. Tahun ini karena terjadi pandemi seperti ini, maka dia dilaksanakan secara online. So here is the video for final. Ini adalah lomba debat finalnya. Nah, ketika debat, mostly people will emphasize. Di sini bagaimana mereka mencoba meng-highlight sesuatu agar orang tuh lebih mendengarkan. Nah, when you are doing debate competition, pasti kalian akan sering mendengar orang-orang untuk menekankan kalimatnya seperti ini. So, this is the national, ini before, selagi loading. Yang masuk final itu Universitas Tadulako, Katolik Parahyangan, Tanjung Pura, dan UGM. Motionnya seperti ini. Motion itu adalah apa yang didebatkan, apa yang diperdebatkan. Jadi ada yang posisi yang pro, ada yang posisi yang kontra. Mosinya seperti ini katanya. In a post-COVID Indonesia, this house would prioritize revitalizing rural growth, real sector, and agriculture resilience over urban or office employments. Jadi kalau dalam bahasa Indonesianya saya artikan, pasca kejadian COVID ini di Indonesia, pemerintah akan lebih mementingkan revitalisasi, ya pembangunan kembali atau supaya membangun kembali yang lebih diperbaiki itu adalah bagian rural growth, pertumbuhan di bagian daerah yang lebih dipentingkan, terutama di sektor-sektor yang real dan agriculture, terutama dalam sektor-sektor yang nyata dan sektor pertanian, dibandingkan bagian perkotaan atau bagian perkantoran. Jadi yang mau didukung terlebih dahulu oleh pemerintah adalah bagian pinggiran dulu, bagian pedesaan dulu. Nah, ada satu tim yang setuju, ada satu tim yang tidak setuju. Ini kita dengarkan ada beberapa pernyataan dari mereka. Okay, wait a minute, still loading. Bisa nggak ya? Oh, wait. Oh, oke. Ini kayaknya masih for the introduction. Now, okay, let me show you this part. Coba kita cepetin. Still loading. Okay.
Or selling foods that is not sustainable to begin with, right? So they are not going to have welfare, and we as government are going to fail again in
Okay, sorry, my internet connection.
in providing the welfare. In providing the welfare for these people, so it's not sustainable, right? Therefore, there is the house. If we are focusing on this agriculture sector, we are able to have this most infinite.
Okay, so see how when people try to highlight, ini juga ada yang lainnya.
Characteristic of Indonesia as developing countries. Number one, resources exist, but it's all in the form of material, raw material.
Okay, see bagaimana dia menekankan number one, ya nomor satu gitu ya. Ketika you stress or you highlighting something, dia artinya pengen orang tuh denger nih. Ini nih yang pertama nih.
Like we are exporting crude palm oil instead of the product, all the good products. Therefore, Kalimantan has all this dust problem every year. But most of the time, the problem is also on the human resources.
Lihat dia tadi barusan bilang most of the time, tapi kebanyakan selama ini gitu ya. Nah, you do that to highlight or to emphasize something.
We have a very big numbers of population, but we know that only 3% are uni graduate. At the same time, no skillful jobs is.
Okay, dia terakhir tadi bilang 3 ya, only 3%. Jadi bahkan dia menekankan juga terutama if you are having a number and that the exact number itu bisa ditekankan seperti itu ya. Okay, so the video by yourself. Jadi saya harap nanti setelah ini gitu ya, nanti masih ada lagi tips-tips lainnya pada saat presentasi. I hope that you can do it better nanti ketika baik kalian presentasi bahasa Indonesia atau bahasa Inggris. And later on for your exercise saya akan cukup memberikan beberapa latihan saja di sini seperti cuman 2 soal 3 soal ini saja sebagai bukti bahwa kalian memang sudah mendengarkan video ini. But I hope that you watch it. Saya harap kalian nonton ini sampai selesai karena saya sebenarnya bukan mau ngajar TOEIC juga. I also want to give you tips related to the how you have to do a good presentation. Yeah, okay, thank you very much for listening and see you next meeting. Yeah, bye.